Levi Roots, many of us knew as an artist, an entertainer, performer, with his music and his songs, and then he went away, and all of a sudden, the rest of the world, starting with Britain, began to know. So, after slaying the dragons and taking on hundreds of thousands of persons elsewhere, he has brought his sauce home to Jamaica. And we're very happy rather, to welcome him to the microphone as he tells us, his Onayati brethren them, countrymen and women, the story, and shares with us the product. Can you welcome, please, Levi Roots?
Lord of mercy. I think I'm going to do it already. Hey! Man! Kuya. That's what my grandmother would have probably said. Kuya. It's Buya. Because it's been a fantastic journey, it really has. And, you know, to be here in front of you people and my family and everybody, it's been absolutely wonderful. It's, you know, I just stood there before I came on the stage, and even though I've been on many stages in my life, I probably entertained, you know, across the whole world in my musical life. It's perhaps one of the scariest moments I had for these stairs. But these stairs weren't actually the scariest of all scariest, because the most scariest stairway I ever gone up to was those of the dreaded dragons den. Was when I faced the fearsome dragons on a fateful day in January 2007. After many years of trying to make it in the music business, many years of toiling and trying to do something special, trying to find the best Levi Roots that I could be. I grew up in a small town in Clarendon called Content. Couldn't read or write. Perhaps the only thing that I ever knew when you talked about read or writing when I got to the UK was when you say content, you know, when you spell it backward, it's like some teacher never eats till 9 o'clock. Was the only thing I could do. And when you reach it the other way, it's cut off 93. So by the time I got to England, that was the only thing that I ever knew. And to see a few months ago, I had a letter from Prince Charles himself saying that he wanted to have dinner with me. It's like I had to have somebody, you sure some name at that? Because it really was a surreal moment, and a few weeks later to see me sitting and having dinner with the future king, and to say that the journey which I've come from Clarendon is fantastic. But you have to slay dragons to do these things, literally. As a Rastaman, as a black man, as a Jamaican in the United Kingdom, you have to slay dragons. And these 5 dragons that were sent to me by, I always say Rastafari, wasn't my first dragons. Because I faced dragons all my life. Dragons were the bank managers that wouldn't give me the investment when I used to go to them and tell them that I had a sauce that could outsell Heinz tomato ketchup. Well, perhaps that was the fault actually, because which madman would want to say that? But I tell you what, again, the moment came when the sauce was in Sainsbury's and the news came back that Levi, your sauce outsell Heinz tomato ketchup. It's that same moment again, they say, Lord have mercy, are you allowed to do that? But you are allowed to do that, providing you had the few things that I had intact, which was like a real good plan. I had a plan that, providing that I can be passionate about me as a person, and providing that I can have a good team together, I could do whatever I wanted to do with my sauce. So I ended up at an exhibition where I'd written a song about the sauce, because I just thought that, you know, in the food business in the United Kingdom, everything is so bland. And if I'm going to present myself as a Rastaman, I'm going to go as a Jamaican, whether you like it or not. So I used to go to these exhibitions where everything was more likely white. You didn't see no black people there. And I would turn up with my guitar and I'd be like singing songs and playing Bob Marley songs, things like that, and creating this kind of vibes. So while I was there one day singing this song that I'd written by this song, I was like, so nice with your fried chicken, make burgers finger licking, in the rice and peas and fish, just put some reggae sauce on your lips. And a woman come over to me and she says, Levi, Lord have mercy, the song sounds good and the sauce sounds good. We would like it to be on a show called Dragon's Den. But at that time, I had never seen Dragon's Den, so I didn't know what the show was about. So I'm ready to like show this woman and say, listen woman,